Ladies and gentlemen, the mountain of media. The mountain of media. What is media? Media can be defined as the main means of mass communication, right? Um, could be through broadcasting, publishing, the internet, print media, all these areas, social media. And I think I've given a few examples here. Now, media is probably the most trusted source of information by the average person. The fact is, people believe stuff because they heard it somewhere. People believe stuff because they heard it somewhere. And most likely, if you hear it on a platform that's big, you are most likely to believe it, right? So that's why you find someone will be tuned into the news, or somebody will go to their favorite page, or they'll read their favorite newspaper. Yeah. And when someone wants to make a statement to reach the whole world, they'll invite all members of the press. And particularly the press are even called the fourth estate because they can push an agenda or they can destroy it. It influences people's macro decisions. For instance, elections. Yeah, can influence macro decisions like elections. And micro decisions like what to buy, right? Like, why do you think people like Boom, Trade Kings spend so much money on advertising Boom? Like, I can't get it. Do you guys have certain jingles that you can't get out of your head, even from childhood? For me, there are times I just find myself singing, Go, go, chapa, chapa, go, go. How many of you remember that? Yeah. Or let's see, which other ones do I find myself singing? Mommies and daddies, make sure your children are healthy. Take them to the clinic every 6 months. It's what you don't know is that all of a sudden, I mean, I watched those jingles years ago. I watched those years ago, and then you've got a child, and all of a sudden, um, 6 months later, you just want to take them to the clinic because it got embedded in your head how they use the media. Yeah, I'm curious, which other ones do you remember? I think I also remember Fruity Fruity Super Shake, shake it to the left. And I remember when you hear a buzzing sound, you look around, do you see there's mosquitoes? Yesterday I randomly remembered I'm Louis the Pest. I spread disease with the greatest of ease. Straight from rubbish into you. Yeah. Irene Kumeka. Oh my goodness. And back then, it was a challenge if your name was Irene. If your name was Irene, you were in trouble. You were in trouble. We're all going to sing for you, Irene Kumeka, as in you were in trouble. I think I also remember, yes, yo, 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 super, yo, yo, yo. I'm trying to remember super now. Wow. So it reached a point, ladies and gentlemen, where um, some people, have you noticed that in Zambia, sometimes we use like some of the phrases we use for things, like how people started calling washing paste boom, or they will call it surf. When a surf ya extra, or I, I hope you're getting my point. Like, or how every hot beverage became tea, or how every um, there are several other examples. Yeah, salad and the like. So I'm just saying it's your people's macro decisions and micro decisions, people's opinions are influenced a lot by media. Okay. Yeah, Colgate for toothpaste. Media communicates culture. For example, when I was growing up, um, I remember being young, and when I would watch on TV, they would say virgin power, virgin pride. I don't know if you remember that. Virgin power, virgin pride. And then from virgin power, virgin pride, it changed to ABC. ABC was abstinence, be faithful, use a condom. Yeah. I think I don't hear abstinence iliche anymore. I Yeah, I don't think I hear abstinence iliche. I think right now a lot of what's spoken about is C. I don't think I hear A and B that much. I think it's now C. It's more bordering around sexual freedom. And you can see by some of the adverts and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I remember Speak Out magazine as well. Yeah, I remember some of the adverts and the like. So right now, even if someone didn't want to bet, it's all you see. That's all somebody sees. It's just betting, betting, betting. Oh my goodness. Can I tell you what I've just remembered? Now this is the real trivia. How many of you remember Bella Telequiz? How many of you remember Bella Telequiz? Daddy, I want to go to school. Mommy, I want to go to school. Remember that? Yeah. And okay, so let's go. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And also, media can be used for a source of a national identity. Did you ever experience independence? Do you remember the independence, the 40th, when Zambia turned 40? And then they even did the song Muzambia, and there's some girls from Gablonga Girls, like, okay, that one was a one. Okay, let's continue. Okay, yeah. So I want you to know we wouldn't have the Bible without media. Psalm 68, verse 11. The Lord gave the word, great was the company of those that published it. And that's why in the scriptures we had scribes and we had runners. Yeah. Where would we be without Christian media? How many of you here, I don't know if it's still the case now, but how many of you here benefited a lot from Christian media? Like I would watch TBN. Like, you could have DSTV and still choose to watch TBN because of the shows. If you had to ask me, I think we are lacking a lot of Christian shows now. I think we're lacking. Like we had Kobe's Clubhouse, Dooley. I know Superbook and all those are still there. But I just mean, I think there was felt like there was a bit of a greater emphasis. Yeah, felt like a bit of a greater emphasis, right? With a Radio Christian voice, you'd wake up, yeah, I'm waking all up in the morning. Yeah, I know that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you wouldn't be watching Apostle Fredrick on YouTube without media right now. You wouldn't be watching, like, people, a lot of people who know me through a branch of media called social media. Now, how must we invade it? Firstly, we must begin to own media outlets or work in media outlets. We need to become big. You'll see when I look at arts and entertainment. And then we are now in a publishing generation. What do I mean? If you study the way generations were, there was a generation that received news. Now we're in a generation that wants to make news. That's why people are now publishing. That's why now you've now got media that asks you what's on your mind. Back in the day, media was all about telling you what's in the mind of somebody else. Now media provides a platform for you to say what's on your mind. You need to come to a place where you become such a credible source of information that when people want to know about something, they just look for your page, they look for your Twitter handle, they look for all those things. We have to invade it. And you understand it better when I go to the final mountain for today. I think we need to cover stories that shifts the nation's attention to what is right and what matters. We need to cover the right stories. There are a lot of very good stories that can change a lot of people's lives if only they are covered. If only they are covered. Unfortunately, I want you to know that it's become very hard for media institutions because to stay relevant, sometimes they have to thrive on controversy because you guys don't read and you guys don't like the page unless it's about who's fighting who. Come on, guys, let's begin to promote stuff with integrity. Praise God. So finally, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the mountain of